about the Hannibal Directive. It's an operational order developed by the Israeli military in the 80s to prevent the capture of soldiers at any cost, including endangering their lives to prevent them from being captured. According to Israeli newspaper Haaretz, for the army, a, quote, dead soldier is better than a captive soldier who forces the state to release thousands of captives in order to obtain his release. You were already in Mossad when the directive was introduced, and you eventually went on to head the agency. Is this a directive that you supported?
I do not know of any such directive. I've never heard of such a directive before. And with all due respect to you, I question the sincerity of this particular item that you have on your desk.
Okay. When you say you've never heard of such a directive, you've heard of the Hannibal Directive. You're saying that you weren't given that directive. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying I don't know of the existence of such a directive.
Okay. Other people who have been in the military have talked about the directive. They've said that they have seen it employed. They've said that they've seen it canceled. All of these people who are discussing the Hannibal Directive, what do you make of it?
You're talking about an item of which I am totally ignorant. I'm terribly sorry. I would be very happy to accommodate you, but I cannot follow this line of your discussion with me because I am not familiar with what you're talking about.
Israeli Air Force Colonel Naf Eretz referred to October 7th as a, quote, mass Hannibal event in reference to the controversial directive ordering Israeli commanders to kill their own soldiers to prevent them from being taken captive. When I hear that, just as one example, among others, can you understand why the public may find it implausible that you, the head of the Mossad, former head of the Mossad, has never even heard of such a directive when multiple members of the IDF, multiple members of government have said that they've had the directive, seen the directive, challenged the directive, imposed the directive? Can you see why that might be implausible to people?
I've never seen any mention of what you've been saying just now. I've not seen it in any item in the press. I've never been involved myself in discussions of this kind. And I don't believe that this item is a verified item. And I don't feel it possible to discuss this with you because I am ignorant as to the entire list of points and discussions that you have just now described.
Okay. I mean, it's entirely possible then that an entire directive was happening in the military and in your organization about which you had no knowledge. I mean, I guess that's possible. It seems, again, implausible, but